Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and inspireddisorder.com/prime.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Diani and Devine Meet the Apocalypse is a movie streaming now on Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, go to inspireddisorder.com/prime, get 30 days free. Now you can watch it. It's a movie I would recommend. It's a comedy, independent movie. Came out in 2016, written and directed by Diani and Devine, which are their last names, Etta Devine and Gabriel Diani. And they play a couple, married couple, who are also comedians, and they do a comedy act together as a couple, so they're both on stage. And an apocalypse happens. Doesn't really... I mean, it's very much has the feel and tone of an independent movie, but it's a really fun take, I would say, on an apocalypse. Considering we're in a version of an apocalypse right now, I mean, things haven't been supply chains haven't been shut down, like power is still on, the internet is still on, but so it kind of takes the next step forward in what could potentially happen here. In the U.S., but it's a fun look. So it starts off, the apocalypse happens. They're in L.A., shows them doing a show the night before, so you kind of get an idea of what their act is. But then the apocalypse happens, and they just kind of wait at home. It's very much like a hipster look at how unprepared comedians would handle an apocalypse, which it seems highly... I mean, I would probably be similar in response to a lot of things, where you just kind of follow the directions of staying at home and blah blah blah. By the time the power finally ends up going out, and they end up running out of food, so they finally take the time to get out into the world, and kind of then they realize that everything's kind of cleared out. And there's moments in this that are kind of like fun with Dick and Jane, how they're trying to... They kind of start getting good at breaking in and stealing stuff. But it's just a really fun look at how comedians would potentially handle an apocalypse. And it's got the tone of it. It's never really that dark. Everybody's pretty polite, even though there's a scene in the beginning where they run into some old friends while they're at a grocery store kind of stocking up on whatever's left. And they run into some old friends who are going to a bunker, and they end up going to this bunker to see if there's any way that they can go and hide out there until everything blows over. But they're met at the gate by two hippies with AR-15 or assault rifles of some sort. But everybody's super polite. Everybody throughout this whole thing is super polite, where a lot of movies, I think the reality of what would happen is that a lot of the politeness and niceties of society would kind of go out the window, where this movie kind of helps maintain it, which I enjoy. It's a nice juxtaposition. It's a nice contrast to have a crazy thing going on in the reality of this movie, but everybody's still maintaining the politeness. I mean, you look at reality now, where some people just don't believe in science and think that the virus doesn't exist anymore. They're out in stores trying to go shopping without even a mask on, and then they end up being horrible people because they're not being allowed to shop without their mask or go to a store without their mask, and they just there's a lot of people out in the world that have no problem being assholes, is what I'm saying. And the politeness of this movie was nice. It was nice because it's you don't hate humanity watching this in a lot of ways. But you also... I enjoy the two characters. They're a married couple, so they have their own relationship issues. But they work well, and they kind of make it through in a sense, navigating this new life. And also, it was cool to watch because they start off in L.A. and they're moving east. So it seems like they're moving up through... I mean, they took the 10, and then they go up through Yucca and on their way to Vegas in a way. It kind of seems like the road they took, because there's a lot of a lot of the scenery of this movie is them walking on a just a empty road in a desert, and it looks a lot like a lot of the places in the high desert around here. So it's kind of it's always comforting in a way when I see a location of a movie share be like a place, like landmarks and places that look very familiar. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. There's also a really fun musical moment at the very end of this movie. I really enjoyed the movie overall. It was like, even though it hits close to home with like apocalypse stuff. I mean, we're in like a very mild version of a potential apocalypse at the moment, but it does it in a way where it doesn't stress me out. Like, I really enjoyed watching this movie, and you get to see kind of how different people react. Like, there's the hippie commune that has the guns, and there's this couple they stumble upon in the suburbs before they leave L.A. And one of the guys is like it's a husband and wife, and the husband's clearly gay and using the apocalypse as an excuse to potentially sell an idea because there's no more birth control. His idea is to have same-sex relations to avoid having kids, which is like, seems like the opposite you would want to do in an apocalypse. Like, usually you want to repopulate the society in a way. I mean, you definitely, I guess, don't want to have a kid during an apocalypse, but at some point you would want to be able to repopulate. But yeah, it was like just funny scenes all around. I really enjoyed this movie, top to bottom, a fun comedy, free on not Netflix, free on Amazon Prime. And it's cool that it came out in 2016. And I just stumbled upon it, just scrolling through, and was pleasantly surprised with how much fun this movie was. So if you're looking for a good movie to watch, Diani, Diani, and Devine Meet the Apocalypse on Amazon Prime, I would highly recommend watching it. And then, of course, you get to see one of the other kind of scenarios is kind of the wealthy person who has a compound with multiple people living there, and they stumble across this. I think they get captured by this compound, and they find out that they're comics, so they end up able to perform during an apocalypse for these people that are wealthy and kind of keeping humans as cattle for food. But yeah, just overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoy stumbling on an independent movie that really has a lot of heart and was a really good time. I hope they do more. I don't know if they've done any more. They're both writer directors of this one. Let's see. I guess they have done, or is that just acting? Yeah, they've only acted or directed this one, but they're both actors. So I really enjoyed it. So check it out if you're looking for a fun movie to watch. Diani and Devine Meet the Apocalypse on Amazon Prime, streaming right now. InspiredDisorder.com/Prime for 30 days free. Make sure you support our sponsors, StationHouseCoffee.com. Follow Station House Coffee on Instagram to order small batch, single origin, premium coffee brewed in Thetford Center, Vermont, shipped directly to you. Now's the time to support small business and order your coffee, your premium high-quality coffee from StationHouseCoffee.com, and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram. Also, sign up for Amazon Prime, 30 days free when you go through my link, InspiredDisorder.com/Prime. Amazon Prime gives you so many benefits, including streaming service of thousands of movies and TV shows, music, borrow Kindle books, and, of course, the unlimited free 2-day shipping. So sign up now, InspiredDisorder.com/Prime, to get 30 days free of Amazon Prime. InspiredDisorder.com/Prime. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at Patreon.com/ Inspired Disorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace. Oh!